Picture this. You send a heartfelt message filled with emotion and intent, and then nothing. No reply. Does it feel like rejection? That sinking feeling, a mix of sadness and self-doubt, starts to creep in. Am I not worth their time, you wonder? Does their silence say something about me? Or maybe it's frustration or even anger that bubbles up instead. I needed a response. I deserved one. Why the cold shoulder? And then comes the confusion. Did they misunderstand me? They even see it? Or worse, did I do something wrong? Disappointment isn't far behind, is it? Especially when you were hoping for a meaningful exchange, a connection. In these moments of silence, insecurities often surface. Am I not important enough? Is our relationship not what I thought it was? For many, this silence can feel isolating, even lonely, particularly in personal relationships. But for others, the silence leads to something else, acceptance or even indifference. Is this a form of emotional armour, a way to protect ourselves, or does it reflect genuine growth and perspective? Today, we're going to explore these emotions and reactions. Together, we'll learn how to navigate the silence with clarity, grace, and understanding. Let's start by unpacking a common digital dilemma: ghosting versus being left on read. At first glance, they might seem similar, but they're actually quite different in their impact and meaning. Both situations can leave us feeling dismissed or unimportant. It's like sending a message into the void, leaving you to wonder, why aren't they replying? And the lack of closure can weigh on you, leaving your mind racing to fill in the gaps. These moments also highlight the blurry norms of online communication. There are no clear rules for how quickly we should respond or what's considered acceptable, but the key differences lie in the intent and duration. Ghosting often feels deliberate, like an intentional decision to cut ties. It's a definitive end. Being left on read, however, can be more temporary, a pause rather than a full stop. It might be caused by busyness, distraction, or even forgetfulness. And while ghosting often carries a sense of finality, a delayed reply still holds the possibility of reconnection. So whether you're dealing with ghosting or just waiting on a response, it's important to remember that silence isn't always about you. Often there's much more going on behind the scenes than we realise. This is where patience and kindness, both to yourself and to others, become crucial. When someone doesn't respond, it's natural to feel anxious or even tempted to follow up repeatedly. But this is where we need to find balance. Respect for boundaries is key, not just theirs but your own. Following up after a reasonable amount of time shows you care, but bombarding them with messages might come across as overwhelming. They could be facing personal challenges, work stress, or simply need some space. By giving them room, you not only respect their needs, but also honour your own dignity. Communication should feel like a bridge, not a burden. During this waiting period, there's also a valuable opportunity to turn inward and reflect. Carl Jung, the great psychologist, once said, "Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes." Ask yourself, why does this silence affect me so deeply? Am I looking for validation? Is it stirring old insecurities? These moments of discomfort can be incredibly revealing. By understanding your emotional triggers, you gain insight into what drives your reactions and begin to break free from unhealthy patterns. It's not always easy, but self-reflection is a powerful tool for personal growth. When the silence comes from someone who truly matters to you, it's worth addressing. But how you approach the conversation is key. As George Bernard Shaw wisely noted, the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. This is your opportunity to ensure your message is truly heard and understood. Approach the conversation with empathy rather than blame. For instance, you might say, "I've noticed how I feel anxious when I don't hear back from you. Can we talk about how we can communicate better?" This kind of statement invites a dialogue rather than sparking confrontation. It shows that you're willing to share your feelings while remaining open to theirs. Communication is a two-way street, and these types of conversations can deepen trust and understanding in your relationship. And when you're faced with silence, don't forget to take care of yourself. Use this time to engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Whether it's pursuing a hobby, practicing mindfulness, or spending time in nature. Above all, remember that your value isn't defined by someone else's response time. Your worth is inherent. By focusing on your personal growth, you can cultivate a sense of inner contentment that doesn't rely on external validation. And this self-reliance, it's deeply empowering. So, the next time you're left on read, try to see it as an opportunity for self-discovery and growth. These moments teach us to respect boundaries, reflect on ourselves, communicate effectively, and prioritise our own well-being. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it with someone who might need to hear this. And for more insights on navigating life's challenges, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, take care, stay resilient and keep growing. I'm Dr. Rakesh Rana, the Clear Coach.